let it go, let it go, let it go.
I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I like that,
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Let it.
Hello, and we are live. Good morning, crypto friends. How we doing out there? It is February the, what is it, the 19th or something like that, Saturday. And haven't we had a nice little ride over the last few days? If you've been watching Bitcoin, it's in the news everywhere. It's being talked about by many people. My phone's blowing up constantly about it. So that's good. That's a good sign for us. And jumping right in, I wanted to show you right off the bat is a couple of trades. Typically don't trade Bitcoin, but I did use my trading account to do such a thing. And I kind of wanted to show you because I've been doing a lot of charting. If you just started watching this channel, you see these charts, you see all these indicators going off and all these lines and drawings and stuff, and you're trying to figure out, well, how does that relate to me buying Bitcoin? Okay, especially when it's gone parabolic, which is going straight up. So when is a good time to buy it? Of course, this is not financial advice or anything like that, but I will give you some insight into when to give you some insight into help you make your decision when to, pull the trigger. So basically, as you can see on this climb up, I marked this. This is the daily chart, and I marked right here 47,686. And what I was watching was this consolidation period, and then once you could see we did 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Essentially, we went sideways, right? The price didn't change much. There were some attempts. And so what made me decide to hop in a trade with BTC? And originally, I'll admit that this was going to be just a swing trade. So I was going to do this in addition to my normal, normally, as you know, excuse me, is that I hold Bitcoin. I'll always hold it and just keep hanging on to it. But in the trading account, I was looking at a trading opportunity to kind of boost the account up. So as you can see here, we traded sideways for a while. And then I was watching this candle right here, which was back on February the 15th. And what I was watching was once we poked our heads above this double top, I should say, not bottom. Sorry, I've been up most of the night trading, so trying to get some rest here and there. But we had this double top, so what I was watching for us to set a higher low in this region and then emerge with some volume. So we did come in, we had volume, and we poked through. So I took an entry at 48,370. And then, as you can see, got a little bit. I took, I think 30% off right here when we had this candle this red candle. I took 30% off that trade and then actually bought back as it went past that candle, so got back in. So I was trying to lock in my winnings, but and then bought back in, which is okay. I mean, don't be afraid to, if you get sketched or whatever, jump out. Get out of there. And then if you're having problems sleeping at night, then you're trading way too much money. So don't do those kind of things. But anyway, be responsible. Anyway, so I wanted to show you that, and then I got back in. So I'm still in this trade. I did take a little off the table up here. You can see where I sold the little red arrow up into the 5,700 because I felt that would be a psychological number that's going to be difficult to push through. And this was yesterday, so keep that in mind. Just watch the volume, and we'll go to our normal everyday chart now, the 1 hour, as you can see. So now that we're back to our 1 hour charting that we usually do on this channel, and as you can see, right in this consolidation phase, which was very healthy for the climb up, which makes, of course, Bitcoin extremely bullish, continues to be bullish. We're riding up above the 12-day moving average and setting new support levels. We have one there at, we'll just go ahead and mark those for you. We have primary support at this 56,302.55, and then secondary support very strong at 55,269 USD. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's move these to get right there. So let's say 56,210.45 support. And then, of course, we're looking at resistance up here as we continue to set all-time highs. This particular resistance level is going to be 57,328. And, of course, the 57.5 psychological is going to be the next obstacle for us. We have some heavily traded volume over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. Lots of volume, and if you've noticed that this pattern has been pretty much repetitious, so around 6 a.m. every day we're seeing the influx of volume. Is I would imagine it's because of folks waking up here in the United States, seeing the prices up. Oh shoot, I gotta buy some more. So be responsible. Only risk what you can afford to lose. And hang in there and enjoy the ride, my friends. So that was BTC USD. Let's go ahead and we'll resort the favorites list over here. As I mentioned in the title, Cardano ADA is taking a run. So as you can see, I wanted to leave these from the previous day, these support and resistance level, and you can see we ran, excuse me, we bounced back and forth in this consolidation area here. And what do we say? So we look for volume. Here comes the volume. And a break above the lower high. And then off we go to the races. So that was your resistance level that we had drawn yesterday. Once we broke that resistance, we are in a good configuration from the chart. So we have a 12, 26, and 100-day moving averages all in our favor, showing that there's upside potential. What we're looking for is an influx of volume, which we had. You can see down here the volume indicators. And then, like I mentioned before, sometimes when you have these crazy amounts of volume coming in, your RSI levels go out the window. So these are usually, the RSI is usually a good indicator of when things are going to quieten down or whatever. But in this case, lots of hype and influence went into buying this thing up. So they're still buying on the way up to, let's have a look. So we went past, pardon the dog barking in the background. That usually happens all day long here. We have resistance at $1.12. And we're going to put our support level, primary support, at $1.08. And then if you're trading this intraday, you would want to, what we need to see is we got to break above this double top here for continuation. You want to look for more volume coming in, and just be aware of the RSI is nearing oversold. Nope. Once again, overbought. I always get that wrong. That's so funny. Another one, another sleeper, BitTorrent. Excuse me, BitTorrent starting to on its climb up. It's one of the lower on the market cap ranking, but it is competitor to our Filecoin. This is the cloud services coin. It's up 15.15%. And keep in mind that you're looking at these big red candles here. So that tells us there's, as soon as it pokes its head up to any velocity there, folks are selling right away. So keep that in mind if you're considering BitTorrent, BTTB USD. So you're up at resistance at 0.001649, and then we've got some support at 0.00160, and then you would put your secondary level of support down here, 0.001. So these are all, what is that, 1/1000th of a penny. So, like we understand that sometimes these things can move percentage-wise. So let's look at GRT. GRT USD on Coinbase. As you can see, we have our previous levels that we have drawn, the support, and was back in this region here. And now we've pushed through that as altcoins start to rotate into the hype and love. So we're gonna go, let's take this down to the 15-minute time frame so we can find some support and resistance levels. Kind of hard to see on the 1 hour. This particular one, I would put support at, if you're trading this right this moment, you would say, watch the $2.41 level here. As you can see, there was quite a considerable amount of support and resistance in that region. So we'll put support there, and then we'll look for our resistance. We're trying to push above the 250 psychological. We have the 12, 26, and 100-day moving averages in the right position for upside potential, but we are looking at the volume starting to dry up. So we're actually below average on the last two 15-minute candles. So keep that in mind. On GRT USD, switch back to the 1 hour, and we'll go into MKR, which is up 10.36%. MKR blasted through this, excuse me, that resistance and the consolidation that we had noted yesterday. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, quite a considerable top to push through at resistance. So you're looking at resistance at 2931.29 USD. And then we're finding support. As you can see, it's holding right on this 12-day moving average on the hourly. So you can anticipate with as long as the volume don't dry up. You know, the last 2 hours above average volume. And then RSI levels are starting to cool down. So looking for some upside potential on this particular one, but you got to get through this. Is that, I think we even set, yeah, up around the $3,100 $3,100 mark. We set an all-time high for MKR. That was when that happened. That happened today the 20th. Yeah. So basically around 5 a.m. set a new all-time high with a good chunk of volume coming in. So folks bought that up all the way up there. Just remember, if you're trading this, that you do have buyers all the way up to 3,100. So as you push through these resistance levels, they may want to sell. You know, they may have weak hands or paper hands. Moving on to Comp USD, COMP USD. You see the previous levels here. Push through that. Starting to top out up in this region at 493.87 and support at 480 round number. We're in a good orientation for the 1226 and 100 day. Volume's okay, so this is a new candle for us. We have about 44 minutes left. So it looks like we may push beyond the average volume trading level for comp. So that should be on our watch list today. Excuse me. If you're into these kind of things, you can put your resistance up on these wicks, which pretty much are telling us that you know, that's around the $500 psychological. So if you do manage to push through this region here at 494.32, your next level is to get through the $500 USD. Okay, moving on to VET USD VeChain. Just like the others, we managed to break the resistance levels and set some new resistance and support. We have a triple bottom at the 0.0567, and then actually, yeah, we'll because of the substantial amount of volume, we'll use this wick as resistance. So look for the 0.0580, and then everything's in good shape. 12/26 day RSI is in the trading zone. Moving on to Ethereum Classic, ETC, USD. As you can see, we had this previous level up there. We're going to tighten that guy up. We met resistance at 17.22. That's incredible for Ethereum Classic. And then now we have a double bottom at 1575. What you may see here, if we can get some volume coming in, you may see traders take the once you get above the previous candle, which would be this region here, 1619, and watch for them to try to buy this thing up past the 1722 level. RSI is in good shape, so keep that in mind. Myrna's in there. Okay, NU. I don't think I've covered this one much, but this particular one has emerged into the gainers. It is in somewhat of a descending trend, so keep that in mind. And we also have some considerable amount of resistance, as all the moving averages are all converging here. So it's going to take some time for this to clear up for us, to give us a better picture of what we might expect. So we'll put the this particular one at 0.7342 as support, and your oh shit level would be right down here at the 0.71. So if you're trying to trade this, you would put your stop just below the point, right at the 0.70, excuse me. And then look for if you can get the increasing volume. And then we do have the 12 crossing over the 26 down. So if we can get that above the 100-day moving average shown here in the yellow line, upside potential. And as you can see, you're going to have some wiggle room all the way up to about the 0.80. Okay. FIL, Filecoin, FIL. You see we had previously drawn here the resistance level, and we blew through that one with the golden cross and lots of volume come in there. So we'll put the resistance now is going to be at the 47.30 USD. And we're going to set our, we have, quite a bit of right there. $43.41 USD support. Look for it to hold that support. We have a good orientation for upside potential on the moving averages, although we do have low volume. And then RSI is in good shape. So moving on to Ethereum. So Ethereum has reached and peaked above the 2,000 mark, which is a difficult area of resistance for psychologically, that round number. And if one was to bet, one would think that it's going to go up some more. So let's look at our support levels. Currently, we're looking at 1980, the year I graduated high school. So yeah, I'm a boomer, so hold that against me. 1980, support, resistance at 2030. So healthy consolidation right in here would be really good for us, for Ethereum. We've had, and I will show you something real quick. Over here on TradingView, you can open up the data window, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth icon down. And so basically, if you're into this kind of thing, if you want to see the numbers, like here, like I can hover over this candle. I'm sorry, not the candle, but the volume indicator. If you look over on the volume, you can get the actual numbers. So right here we had 21.784 thousand USD traded in this particular time frame. You move it to there, it'll tell you. So if you want the numbers, like this heavily traded one here was 40,000. Same with the candles. You hover over the candles, it'll give you that information. That is the data window in TradingView. And like I mentioned before, I am using the beta version of the desktop app of TradingView, which is extremely fast and quick. and very happy with it so far. And you can go to the link that I provided in the description, download that for free, and you can be up and running for $0. All right. Moving on to ZRX USD. We had marked, we had the $1.67 up here on this wick as resistance. Looks like we've failed a couple of times to get past that, and then support for ZRX is going to be at 1.62 USD. Moving on to Doge. Doge is pretty much flat as we've reported yesterday. I did see a little bit of excitement for a while, but the volume's extremely low, below the averages. We're trying to test, as you can see, so we probably should look down. There we are, 0.054364 level, and you can see here very clearly that the 100-day moving average touched down there and bounced back, touched down there and bounced back. So 100-day moving average is providing support, and based on low volume, so we're just basically trading sideways. You could actually argue maybe we popped up a little bit, so but we do have some work to do with Doge, and we'll set our resistance level right here at the 0.0569 0.0569354120 point whatever. No, just kidding. But anyway, very tight range for Doge. So if you're in this one, look for support to hold as the 100-day. You did see the 12 and the 26 cross favorably for upside potential. So we need some volume to come in, etc. CeeLo. And yeah, so we're basically the same scenario. Very, very little volume traded here. And so it's just kind of probably the algos have got this one just going sideways, bouncing back and forth, and trading 20 cents. We are looking at support at, let's move that, there we go. Holding support at 5.283 and resistance up at, you're going to encounter some resistance first at the 5.46 level. And very tight range. And we do have the 1226 and 100 coming into the favorable upside position. So hopefully with a little volume, that one can move to the upside. Let's move on to Stellar XLM. We did come down to set a new support level. You can see it did touch down the 100-day moving average, provided the support. And so we're going to set support at 0.508. Should hold there. And then next level of resistance is going to be right in this range of very tight, because you can see every time we've emerged from this level at 0.5136, it's sold off. So heavily traded. This could be the algos trading, or this could be just day traders jumping on it and trading intraday within the hour. That is stellar. Let's have a look at Litecoin. As you can see from our previous lines, we did break through resistance, and then Litecoin got up there and set a new all-time high of $247 way up here. But we've got, we come back down to retest support. And so we're going to look for, let me do that because we have 3 lines going on this one. Resistance at 239.41. We've set support. As you can see, it did come down to retest the 100-day moving average. And the bulls bought it right back up. And you can expect that to happen with Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Basically, everybody's looking to buy the dips at the moment because with this type of euphoria going on and parabolic to the upside, you've got to find a place to get in. So worst case scenario, look down, set you up. This is not financial advice, but you can put a buy in at 227.72 or 227.78. So if it does come down to retest this 100-day, which is trending upwards, it's going to come up. So just to try to get in. Support level at 233.58. First line of resistance 239.13, and then we're going to look for the 244 or 245 region round psychological number to get through. If you're out there, say hello in the chat. If you have some tickers you want me to chart for you, happy to do that. It is a pretty nice day here in South Padre Island. And finally have electricity, and we have Wi-Fi and sunshine. So we have the perfect recipe for the perfect day. Very, very happy to see that. Moving on to IOTA. Internet of Things is starting to get some popularity. And so what you're going to see is those of us that have been around for a long, long time, 2016, so that's what, 6 years, something like that. Some folks have been around for much longer than that in the crypto space, but what you will see is some of these coins are going to emerge, and as far as showing value, because they do have a use case, right? There are, these things can be used for certain purposes. For example, IOTA is back, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, and I looked into it. They were using this blockchain to monitor and provide services for electric cars. So if you plugged your car in, it would automatically recognize and validate who you were in charge of your account without even having to use a wallet or anything like that. So there are some purposes for these things, and they do work. And so let's look at IOTA charting wise. We're going to look at the look to hold a 1.438 support and resistance. We're going to leave that one there because we can't seem to pop through there at the 1.5698 IOTA. Okay, we have Tron, and I will tell you that I keep saying this, and I will bust your ass on Twitter if I see it, because that's basically what I'm doing this for, is that some of these folks that are behind some of these coins are nefarious, and they, in fact, this guy, Marquise, I forget his last name, forgive me, but he did a really good video on YouTube about these folks. Tron approached him to shill the coin. They give, very direct instruction on how to do it, what to say, what not to say, and then also listed some other celebrities to trying to pump the price of the coin, which is very unfortunate. And that's not what we want. This go round, this second round of euphoria into the crypto space is lots of folks like myself are trying to advocate, safe behavior. We want you to, if you do invest into crypto, we want you to be safe and be, somewhat protected. It's a risky business, of course, but we do want to help protect people from scams that occurred before, and we've seen it many a times. I'll tell you another one, Verge. If you see anybody trying to shill, what is that? Is that XRG? I won't even put it on the screen because I don't want to give them any kind of ammunition to. But it's called Verge. It was kind of like 2 years ago, maybe, yeah, 2.5 years ago. There was this team of people. I'm not sure where they're from, don't care, but that's all you heard is Verge, Verge, Verge. Every time you went on Twitter, you went on any kind of social media, Facebook, whatever your bag of tea is, there it was, Verge. And Verge has been hacked 3 times already. It was, even when it came out, it was exposed really quickly by the tech gurus that run these kind of things, that it does have the capability of double spend and 51% control, which can let them take over the chain. And then basically in these hacks, every time your account has been vaporized. Imagine you've got $150 in your bank account, and you wake up the next day and it's zero, and there's nobody to blame, nobody to sue. It's just gone. So there you go. There's the tip for the day. Stay away from Verge, as far away as you possibly can. And even I will say, stay away from Tron. It's just, the market cap's pretty low, 0.06. I usually cover it because there are folks out there that are holding Verge. I'm sorry, holding Tron. But if anyway, I can't say it because I'm not a financial advisor. That's your own choice. But this is not one of the ones that I'm interested in for sure. Moving on, EOS USD. And pretty much you can see the old trend line was broken. So we can delete that trend line. And we're pretty much holding. We can just adjust. There we go. This double bottom support at $5.08 USD. But now that we've dropped down, we're going to have some, as you can see right now, it's trying to retest and push through the resistance levels here at the 521. So your secondary level resistance is going to be right in this range. So you're just below the 12 and 26, which are going to give you some resistance. So you got to push through that, watch those indicators, and then you've got some previous price action up here on the top, and looks like you've had a lot of selling, and that's to be expected because of this big candle here if you could imagine or picture to yourself, okay, I'm buying. All these folks are buying up this price right here. Start to see some weakness. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have bought it way up there. I'm bailing. I'm out. I'm going to take, if I did manage to buy it down below here, and you can see the buyers started to evacuate. And then new set of buyers came in, bought it up to here, met this resistance level, cooled off, new set of buyers. So if you're still in from way down here, you're going to cash out, right? So um, just keep those things in mind. Just see what is the chart telling you? What is the story of the chart? So now that you're trying to make a push up, you're looking to see, first of all, we've got to get through these previous sell levels. If, for example, some folks are still hanging on up here that have bought up in this region here, of course, they're nervous now because the price has gone, it's retreated on them. So they're going to be anxious to sell to get out. So keep that in mind. So that's how your resistance and your support works. All right, we're looking at XTZ USD. XTZ USD. So we failed our support level drawn previously. We're going to come down to here at the 483. As you can see now, it has made its way up past the 1226 resistance moving averages. So we got to get through the it's basically the $5 mark, which is another psychological level. It's very difficult to penetrate. So keep that in mind. If when you're trading these, if it's stocks or coins, whatever, these psychological levels matter. It's just folks would like us. Why you see when you go to the store, they don't put $5 on the price tag. They'll put $4.87 or whatever. So just to try to trick you. Well, to me, I always round it up and say, okay, that's $5. So same thing here. That's the psychological levels. Moving on to ZIL. ZIL. Massive resistance up here. Multiple failures to get through there at the 15-cent mark. And good support. So we have, looks like we may enter into some consolidation on ZIL, which is healthy. So basically that's going to, it's going to lay the foundation for some solid support for it to move forward. So we did have, over the past 3 hours, increasing volume, but it looks like there was weak hands, as is, they're paper hands, as the Wall Street bets guys call it, selling off. As soon as it pops up, we're sold, and this could be, of course, algos or high-frequency trading bots doing that as well. This trading in between this region as it bounces up and down. Moving on to BNB, Binance Coin. As you probably heard, hopefully you've watched the video about Binance. There's some, I think, really good news. A lot of people are realizing that, some of the major exchanges, in fact, Coinbase is going to try to IPO this year. And I think they're set for like a $75 billion offering. It could go up to as much as $100 billion. But people are realizing, well, I don't have to wait on the IPO. I can buy a Binance coin and own part of Binance. So that's a very simplistic way of looking at that. So, and on full disclosure, I do own Binance coin. because if you trade on Binance and you hold that coin or a portion of that coin, you do get, I think you have to have up to 0.50 now to get a discount on your trades or your trading fees. So that was, you can check me on that, correct me in the chat, but that is, and it's a good savings. It's good, significant savings. So yeah, I've owned it for a long time. In fact, I had it down when it was at like $1.27 or something crazy. But not trying to flex on you, but that's just being around for a while. So Bnb Support is 267.68. You had the inverted cross, the 26 crossed over the 12. Sent us down to find more support. So we're laying down support right now in that region. And we can, I may have, yeah, I did. I was watching this, and sorry, like 4 in the morning. I was up trading around with this guy. 308.57 resistance. You may see, as we can see, some failed attempts to climb out up to there. But the ultimate resistance level is going to be 334.906, and Binance Coin did set a new all-time high at 368.29. So that's incredible for this particular one. So, and so that wraps the. Let's look at the BTC dominance. We'll switch over. We'll switch our list. Bear with me a second. And we'll look at the Bitcoin dominance, futures, and such. If you're out there, I see some folks in there. If you're ghosting around, type a ticker in the chart. We'll have a look. Bitcoin dominance at 61.70, so slightly up. As you can see on the run up to the all-time high, there was some serious fiat piled in there. So just keep that in mind. So we're start, as you would expect, it kind of ebbs and flows. If you look at this chart, and you can chart it as BTC.D if you want to look at the Bitcoin dominance, and you can, we'll switch to the daily here, and you can see how it ebbs and flows. Bitcoin did reach, or blew past the 1 trillion market cap, and it is on par, as I mentioned a couple of days ago, it's on par to overtake silver and Google Alphabet in market cap. So you can't ignore Doomberg and Yahoo Finance are going to continue to bitch about it, and complain and tell you how it's they can't figure it out because they're invested in other things. So don't let that get you down. Stay positive. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance is starting to taper off as we would expect. It usually influx of Bitcoin, money coming in, fiat coming into the crypto space. Bitcoin goes up, then it rotates into the altcoins, and this is how you gauge that. So you're watching for whatever time frame you're looking in to get into the altcoins. So right now there's more money flowing into Bitcoin. As it starts to retract, that tells you that, okay, there's going to be money moving over to some of the other ones, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, Cardano. Look at the top 10. Look at those, and that will help you find one, and look for the bounces when buy the dips. It's not financial advice, but that's what I do. Cost average in. Don't blow the whole wad at once. Use little bits of money and just kind of trickle it in there, and it'll be fine. And forget about it. Put it in there and forget about it. So that's our Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at the shorts. We'll switch back off. You can see I'm charting. This orange line is the BTC shorts that I always watch on the other name. So if you see this, so Bitcoin futures, rocket ship, parabolic, straight up. So it's kind of hard to talk about. And then, of course, the total market cap, if you want to chart this, you just type into TradingView, TOTAL, and choose, that'll give you the total crypto market cap, which is approaching 2 trillion, which is extremely, extremely favorable for us folks that like the crypto. So almost a 2 trillion, 1.715 trillion. So there we are with that. And let's see, do we have anything left? Look at the hash rate. We would imagine that we have to switch to the weekly. Yeah, hash rate starting to calm down a little bit. You can see an influx of mining activity, trying to capture all of the influx of fiat coming into the crypto space. And still looks good on the hash rate. And do we have anything left? Anything out there in the chat? Anyone out there would like for me to chart before I call it a day? Anyone out there? Just give it a few more minutes because there is somewhat of a delay. And we'll check back in with BTC, see how we're doing before we sign off. Okay. As you can see, and I will explain again if you didn't catch it, I have a trading account and I have a BTC account. That BTC, all I'm doing is adding every time I can. So if it gets a significant drop, and you're probably going to find that that's what's happening, and most folks are buying the dips, sell the rips, right? So I did do some day trading with this. That's what you're seeing here, right there. And then I wound up just letting it ride. It was, it was basically taking advantage of this, getting above these resistance levels with volume influx. All the things came together. I said, you know what? Let's let this guy just ride. I did take some, like I mentioned before, I did take some off the table on the ride up, just a little bit in the trading account, but I still have ongoing trade. As I do anticipate, we're at 56,749. It looks like we are positioned, next week or so to bust above 60K. And then I may have mentioned that above the 1 trillion market cap of Bitcoin is significant. So that starts to raise the eyebrows of institutional investors in big money, and they're going to start to find a way to get in if they're not in already. Once it gets to that level of money that you can't excuse it away. You can't say, well, it's just it's fake and it's this, that. Not $1 trillion. $1 million maybe, but no, not $1 trillion. So anyway, thank you, folks. A few more seconds here. If you want to type in something in the chat, say hello, like, subscribe, do what you want to do. And then if not, we'll get out of here and go outside and enjoy some nice weather for a change. Have a great day, my friends, and we will see you soon.